There is Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the Norwegian, who is full of confidence. Became a father earlier on this year, going for his 7th title, 4 times junior champion. He is 18 times a European champion already, the Olympic champion at 5,000. 5 laps, same distance as the women. Underway then, 5 laps lie ahead for this big field, nicely spread across the starting section there. Well, it's funny, isn't it? Because Ingebrigtsen has that psychological advantage over the others. They know what he's capable of. Kripper, Kimeli, Shrub. There is Ndikumwenayo, the little Spanish vest, back in 5th place. Almgren in 6th has separated himself from the rest there. 6 away. Kripper now knows what's coming. He knows he's up against one of the fastest men in history at 1,500 metres and the mile. He knows he's got to try and use his strength, spread it out over this final lap very, very wisely. But what he's also got to make sure he does is apply pressure to Ingebrigtsen. Make the Norwegian there in 2nd place feel uncomfortable going into the last kilometre. And that means applying the pressure now. Not going flat out, saving a little bit for that long home straight. But Kripper here doing exactly the right thing that he knows is his only chance of beating Ingebrigtsen.
Kripper is running very, very smartly here. I think he's really upset to be off the podium in Turin 2 years ago, and he's gone away and turned himself into a great marathon runner, one of the best we've got in Europe. But he's back here on the cross. He used to run mountain running as a junior, the Italian. And you're right, Tim, he's got to just go, throw absolute caution to the wind. They've got around about just over half a lap to go. And Ndikumwenayo, he's missed the break here. Kimeli was there, he couldn't go with it. Shrub, I think, couldn't go with it as well. And Ndikumwenayo, he's still moving forward, but the energy the Spanish athlete will have used if he gets back to Kripper and Ingebrigtsen is, I don't think he's going to have anything left to do anything with if he does get there.
Well, this last lap is going to be super fast. The second lap was 4:26, the third lap 4:26, the fourth lap 4:20, and this one is going to be much quicker because they have really taken the gloves off here now. Kripper threw the gauntlet down at the Norwegian, and as ever, Ingebrigtsen has responded in the best possible fashion if you're a Norwegian fan, and that is to say, yep, anything you can do, I can do as well, son, and I'll tell you what, have it back with interest, have at you, so to speak, because Ingebrigtsen now, halfway around this final lap, is putting the pressure on Kripper, and the Italian there in the blue vest in 2nd place had a little glance over his shoulder just then, and that was telling, because Ingebrigtsen is pouring it on here, that combination of speed and strength and racing nous, knowing when to apply the pressure, is applied again and again, and it's applied correctly.
And Kripper here, it's like he should use Ingebrigtsen to pull him away from the rest of the field. He's got to take that advantage. It's within sniffing distance and open up a gap over Ndikumwenayo. But he can't make himself vulnerable. He can't falter. In that long home straight that we've seen, he's got to save something. Kripper, he's looking behind every 100 metres. He must know the gold medal is gone, and he'd love to pick up the silver.
Well, they say cream rises to the top, and it certainly has done today. You've got the European 1,500 and 5,000 metre champion from Rome last summer, and remember, that was his 3rd brace of such titles. Ingebrigtsen in the lead, up against the reigning European half-marathon champion, Iman Berhan Kripper, in 2nd place. Kimeli in 3rd place, having a fabulous run here, received his Belgian citizenship on family reunification grounds. He and his coach Tim Morio may be heading for a bronze medal here, Kimeli, but he's in the wake of this man who's looking quite supreme. The crowd loving it, and yet again the champion has delivered. The consistency of this man is quite astonishing. Spain leading from France and Great Britain in the team race. Belgium in 4th place, just 1 point down behind the Brits. It's very, very tight there as they enter the home straight now. Jakob Ingebrigtsen in his element. How many times have we seen this? This will be his 19th European gold medal on various surfaces. This man does it again and again. He's blown them away over this final kilometre. Kripper back in 2nd place. He's going to take silver. He's well separated from 3rd place, Kimeli of Belgium, who surely will take bronze. In fact, Ndikumwenayo of Spain is back in 3rd place, but there's no doubting the winner. Jakob Ingebrigtsen is crowned king once again at these European cross-country championships. Brilliant running in Antalya. Kripper in 2nd for Italy. And Ndikumwenayo narrowly taking the bronze there from Kimeli of Belgium. Amgren, a fabulous 5th place for the Swede there. And last year's winner, Jan Schrubb, was 6th place for him. There's no shame in that.
I think you look down that finishing straight behind Ingebrigtsen here, and I think there are a whole load of senior men here that absolutely nailed their races. They were obviously excited, they were up for the occasion. The crowd love seeing an athlete like Ingebrigtsen running in front of them.
There's something special about cross country, being more than 100 people on the same start line, and all of us fighting the first 15 seconds to get good positions. And the course is always tough, a lot of technical obstacles. So you really have to use your energy wisely and try to maneuver. But still, it's a long race, so you have to save something for the last lap. And European running has never been better, so I always have to be at my best and prepare good, and hopefully get a good fight with the other runners. So today was a good race.
There it is, Jakob Ingebrigtsen, champion once again, his 3rd senior title in this 30th edition of the Senior Men's European Cross Country Championship.
Nadia Battocletti, Olympic medal, silver medal over 10,000 metres. That was a phenomenal sprint finish against a whole host of athletes. She was only outkicked by the world record holder, Beatrice Chebet. She's got 2 junior medals, 2 under-23 medals, looking for her first senior cross-country European medal here today. If she does that, she will join a very elite club. But Yasmin Chan already has 4 gold medals in this championships. Now underway, it's penultimate race here at the European Cross Country Championships. Nadia Battocletti not giving anything to chance. She's chosen to stand in the middle of the field.
Well, this is the most bizarre opening lap of the entire day. Nobody else in any other race has built up a lead as big as this. And Trapp here running with real confidence. I mean, she's a 70-minute half marathon runner. She's only run 15:19 for 5,000. Just looking through her CV and her other qualities, 9:05 for 3,000. But she's making this a punch-up in the early stages, and a one-sided punch-up, isn't she? Crikey.
Well, Trapp has slowed slightly on that first lap. 5 minutes for the previous lap, 5:07 there, and that probably means that Battocletti and Maringo and Chan, they're moving at the same pace because they've made up around about 7 or 8 seconds on Man and Trapp. So unfortunately the Frenchwoman is slowing slightly, and we really hope she can rally now as these 3 pull up alongside it. 5:06 for the leaders on that lap, so they're running around about the same pace, and it looked like, for me, Battocletti was starting to test everyone. That was the closest we've seen her to the front, and Klosterhaufen responded straight away. Yasmin Chan starting to struggle ever so slightly, the Turkish athlete in 5th place. If Yasmin Chan is in good shape, I'd expect her to try and do something on the far side of this course, try and blow everyone apart. That's usually her tactic, sort of a soul-destroying pace change that people think, I can't do that to the finish. Chan usually can't do it to the finish, but she gets enough of a gap on everyone that they can't get back to her. But Battocletti looks smooth. I think she looks most energetic up that hill at the moment.
You say energetic, Hannah, but you know what Battocletti is showing now? She's accelerated marginally. She's just increased the tempo a little bit, but looked incredibly relaxed. I mean, there is energy there, but it's latent energy. She hasn't really unleashed it yet. She's looking very, very calm indeed. Klosterhaufen here is determined to match her stride for stride. This has become a real dust-up between the 2 heavyweights. It's great to see. Battocletti, though, will gradually continue to turn that screw over this next 3 or 4 minutes on this final lap. Chan in their slipstream, trying to go with them.
If you remember, Klosterhaufen pushed Grovdale all the way to the line in Turin. It was just 4 seconds that separated them in the end. So Klosterhaufen, when she's in shape, she's a brilliant cross-country runner. She won gold as a junior. She did pick up medals in the under-23 age group as well. So she knows her way around this sort of terrain. And what a matchup. We were devastated to see Grovdale pull out, but then to see Klosterhaufen with that intent and with that wonderful time in Valencia, we knew that she could also test Battocletti on her day. Yasmin Chan has moved herself into 3rd place. That would be a wonderful performance for the Turkish athlete if she could be back on a podium here at the European Championships. They all navigate the hurdles okay at that point. So Battocletti is trying to become the first woman to win all 3 titles. Andrea Lally, Italian man, is the only person ever to have done it. So Battocletti trying to join elite company with another Italian. And I don't know, she looks pretty good for my money, Tim. She's gliding across the mud, has the luxury of choosing the best path that she wants there. And that, to me, that shows that an athlete is relaxed and they've got enough poise to position themselves.
Yeah, Battocletti very much in control. She's been applying the pressure for the last 2 or 3 minutes and now has the gap, and that sort of psychological string between herself and Klosterhalfen is just about snapped because Battocletti is away. There's no doubt about that. Klosterhalfen has got to work double down here and hang on to that silver medal. She's up against the battle from Chan. Maringor, I think, has been going backwards for a few minutes. Van Lent as well, but Chan against Klosterhalfen is the battle now because Battocletti is gone. She's away.
Klosterhalfen, you're exactly right, Tim. She's got to concentrate here. She had a go at winning that gold medal. She tried to go with Battocletti, but nobody could live with the Italian woman today. She's striding away on the far side of the course. They'll go through a patch of sand over a log, and then Battocletti will see the finish line. And look at the gap she's opened up in, around about 800 metres. She's torn away from Klosterhalfen. Yasmin Chan working hard. Maringa and the Dutch woman Jana van Lent, they're going to have to put in a mammoth effort if they want to get on the podium. That could be the first ever individual medal for a Belgian woman, but you feel like Chan in front of a home crowd will hold on. But Battocletti, she has mastered this European Championship. She was wonderful as a junior. She led her Italian team to a junior gold medal on the team side. And last time we checked, the Italian women were in the gold medal position here in the senior race.
Well, it's been a wonderfully worked victory, this, from Battocletti. She stayed relaxed for the first 2 or 3 laps, eased to the fore in the fourth of the 5 laps, and on this final lap has unleashed her full power as double European champion at 5,000 on the track. She was always going to be hard to beat, but she has blasted away over this last 3 or 4 minutes and has opened a big gap, and it's a comfortable victory in what for many minutes, the first 20 minutes or so of this race, looked like it was going to be close. Battocletti showing she's a class apart, Anna.
Battocletti with a small smile on her face. She does it. She completes the set. Junior champion, under 23 champion, and now senior European cross-country champion. Battocletti came so close last year, had to give way to Grovdale, but today gold goes to Battocletti. What a wonderful day for the young Italian, and Klosterhalfen with a lovely return to form. The German matches her silver medal from 2022. She looks beside herself with joy. And Yasmin Chan, the 4-time champion, back on a cross-country podium. She looks delighted as well. A very, very happy top 3.
She is the real deal in every respect, isn't she? I mean, academically, very, very gifted, and in running terms, super gifted.
And look at that. I think Nadia Battocletti has just led Italy to a team gold medal by a small margin there. 3 points the difference between Italy and Germany, and Belgium matched their bronze medal from last time round. And Klosterhalfen, you can see the congratulations Klosterhalfen is getting from athletes from different nations. She's been in our sport a long time, Klosterhalfen. She was a phenomenal teenager, and she's been through so much in her career. A win in Munich in front of a home crowd was spectacular, but that silver medal, that's a wonderful kind of showing from Klosterhalfen that class doesn't go away.
There are a lot of strong girls, so it's usually difficult to manage all of them. So when I saw the French girls start to push, I prefer to come not fast as she ran, also because the race was so long. And then when we catch her, I start to do a tactical race to understand how the other girls are. And then in the last lap, I don't know what happened in my mind, but I start thinking, okay, we can do it. So stay focused and push.
Guillemot is finishing like a train. The French woman looked relieved to see the home straight there. She's not a natural cross-country runner, but she's a brilliant 1,500-metre runner. With this head-on angle, it's hard to tell, but Vista, Thorner, Guillemot, I think they were going to hand over pretty much all together. And the French team were victors last year, but they were chasing. If you remember, the Dutch team and the French team were chasing down the Brits that at this point had nearly a minute lead. Visser sprinting flat out here. I think the Italian team are going to have the advantage slightly. She hands to the national record holder, Pietro Arisi. The French team with a good handover. And Tyler Billiard of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in third has got to try and live with these first two teams. They are miles ahead of the other teams. The Dutch team, Stefan Nielsen, takes over for them in fourth place, and the Adrian Ben of Spain takes over in fifth.
Well, it could hardly be tighter, could it? Look at those times, just 2 seconds back to Great Britain in third place, and then a slightly bigger gap back to the Netherlands in fourth, as Bedard of France pushes on this final leg. This is going to be very, very tight indeed. You've got to get it right. Every foot is going to matter on these bends and these twists and turns. Simon Bedard is a 3:38 1500 metre runner, and looking confident and strong at the moment in front.
Pietro Arisi was part of the squad in Turin that took the gold medal, with Gaia Sabatini anchoring them. It was a really technical course there, so Arisi, I'm confident in his cross-country ability. And Tyler Billiard, the University of Birmingham, knows his way around the cross-country course as well. He's just a 3:39 guy, but he's one of those younger athletes that's developing. So you feel like that 3:39, that's not his maximum potential. And good bravery here from him on his international debut for Great Britain to go ahead of Bedard and Arisi. But I feel like the experience of the Italian and the Frenchman are going to come into play here.
Well, Billiard is strong, we know that. That 3:54 miling speed will come in very handy. 1:47 for 800 metres, was second in the trials short course race in Liverpool 2 weeks ago. Jethro McGraw, I know, will be screaming him on here to make the right tactical moves, if tactics are to be employed in this. And I suppose with this being the final leg, Hannah, it doesn't matter whether you're 1 millimetre in front of your opponent at the finish line, as long as you are in front of him. The first three legs have to run with a different attitude. They need to get the distance as much as possible to hand over to their teammates. But this is just a flat-out race.
Those three look superb over those hurdles. To say we've had steeplechasers in the other races not look as comfortable, but Bedard skipped over those. Arisi and Billiard struggled ever so slightly, but they made it over fine. The next barrier for them are these more significant hurdles with the grass on top. That's going to be the next thing, and I think we could see, if anyone comes over these hurdles well, we could see them kick on through the next few bends and just try and break away from the other teams.
It's very tight indeed, isn't it? I don't know if there's going to be any room for the Dutch to come through. Nielsen it is, ironically, the Olympic finalist, back in fourth place for the Netherlands on their final leg, but this trio is a classy trio as well, and I'm not sure that making up that gap and getting ahead of them is realistic. The lead changing every 100 metres or so in the second half of this final leg.
Here with Pietro Arisi, he's so quick, he's so strong, bronze medalist in Roma over 1500 metres. The confidence that brings when you know you've medalled at a senior championships. Arisi, he looks good, he looks smooth. Bedard, I can't tell, he's looking behind a bit. Is that just to ensure he gets his tactics perfect, that he's not caught unawares by Nielsen, or is that a sign of weakness? These three are so tightly matched. They've got around about 400 metres to go. They'll hop over some logs. Marta Perez, our only faller that we've seen so far through all the previous three races. These three men over absolutely fine, and that is it. It's a full-on sprint down the home straight here. It's Italy, it's France, it's Great Britain. Pietro Arisi looking right, looking left. You've got to feel the French national record, the Italian national record holder over 1500 has got another gear if he needs it. Billiard's arms are pumping. Bedard, his cadence is high. These three abreast, sprinting for the medals here, sprinting for the title in the mixed relay championships at the European cross-country championships, and they are so close. It's Arisi at the moment. Bedard trying to hold them off. Billiard right there. It's going to be gold for Italy. Pietro Arisi takes the gold medal for Italy. France, a great title defence in silver, and Britain matching their bronze from Brussels last year.
Arisi showing real class. They looked in control down that home straight, didn't they?
I played with strategy, and I knew I could run a very fast 200 meters, final 200 meters. So I just waited for the right moment to strike, and I did it, and I won. We won, actually.
Well, France lead in the team race, but Ali Tunk of Turkey is the leader at the moment. Won the Balkan Junior Cross Country in his most recent race. Kuti is still there for Great Britain. Dover struggling a bit, back in about 20th place. It's still very, very tight indeed, considering there's about a kilometre to go. I cannot believe there's a pack of about 10 men that you could almost throw a blanket over here. The pace will pick up here now. Is this playing into the hands of Laros? There he is on the far side in that orange of the Netherlands. Otvalk giving a good account of himself still. He's been here and been there before. He doesn't want to finish fourth again as Ali Tunk continues to push on. And you look at his credentials. Well, he's only run 14:28 for 5,000, 8:04 for 3,000 indoors. Norwegian is up there as well at the moment, looking really strong. That's Halvorsen. What can he do? Can he get amongst the medals? There's still about 6 or 8 men there with a chance of getting amongst the medals. Although Laros keeps looking around, which makes me think he's just gauging his effort here and plans to get that sprint right.
Ali Tunk is having a fantastic race. He's got the advantage, the home advantage of knowing the course. He's run this. No one else will have raced here before. And Andreas Halvorsen, he looks like he's just starting to struggle a bit, the Norwegian there. I was going to say he had a wonderful closing lap to win the World Junior Championships in over 3,000 metres, but he is grimacing. You look at Laros, you're right, he's looking around, he's trying to gauge the danger. Kuti is sticking to Niels Laros like glue, the British athlete, trying to emulate the likes of Charles Hicks, who did so well in the NCAA system and then came and won European cross-country titles. But Laros, for the first time, that's a bit of a move from the Dutchman.
Well, they're just negotiating these last few twists and turns, and now Laros has turned it up another notch. He's clicked ahead here. 2.79, right behind him is Kuti. Veldjot Halvorsen is there as well. Tunk beginning to struggle now. It's beginning to break up a little bit here. Øyen of Norway going fantastically well here too. The 17-year-old having a brilliant run. He was second recently in the Nordic Junior Cross Country Championships, but this is the run of his life as Laros has a little look over his shoulder once again. It looks like he's got things under control, but has he? Kuti will give him a real challenge here down the home straight as they negotiate that log obstacle, and Laros now begins to turn it on, pumping harder with the arms. Halvorsen back in third place. Damani of France having a great run there to the left of picture as Laros kicks hard, and they're now flat out. The hammer has gone down. Laros into the home straight with Kuti right behind him. Can Laros take gold here after silver last year? It's going to be so tight as they come towards the line, with he and Kuti having been dragged clear of the opposition. But this is a 3:29 man over 1,500 metres. He set a world record over 1,000 in the summer. Now he wins the European title. He gets that elusive gold that he was denied last year by Christensen. And Kuti takes a superb silver for Great Britain, with Halvorsen just staying ahead of Øyen. The two Norwegians in different vests, bizarrely, in third and fourth. That's wonderful for them in the team race.
What a run from Niels Laros, and you could see what that meant to him as well. You know, we kind of say a junior turning up, you know, he's global finalist, multiple-time global finalist, a 3:29 guy. You say, why are you here running the European cross? And you can see what that meant to Niels Laros.
I felt pretty confident during the race. I was just trying to relax as much as possible and save for the last part. But to be honest, I was surprised with half a lap to go, and I looked around, there were still 20 guys around me. But I'm happy I could kick away and win the gold.
Did you have flashbacks from last year's race, and how did you manage your emotions and your performance right there in the last few meters?
In the preparations for this, I have seen the video a million times. It doesn't hurt anymore, so I'm good with it. But when I looked over my shoulder and I saw George was still there, I was like, oh, it better not happen again. And then I accelerated again, and then luckily I got a gap, so yeah.
There is confirmation of Niels Laros winning in 14:07 in this men's junior race, under 20 race. Fitzgerald here, certainly seems to be on the way to a fabulous retention of her gold medal.
Fitzgerald will be following the footsteps of such a strong tradition with Great Britain, and I was asked to look back on one of my highlights from the European Championships over the last 30 years, and I chose the 1 through 6 for Great Britain in Brussels back in 2008. And they're not going to be far off it, this British team here today in Antalya. They're having a great showing behind Innes Fitzgerald. But to defend a title, I mentioned the history for Innes Fitzgerald, coming here at 16, and she tried to run like this and it didn't come off, and she went away and she's learned from it. Brussels went very, very well. And I almost feel like Fitzgerald waited a bit today. She was a bit more patient than she often is in the domestic competitions and some other international races. It was all about this last lap. This is where she's really poured all her effort into it, and she is just getting further and further ahead of Jess Bailey, her teammate, and Julia Erle of Germany.
Well, it looks like 1-2 now for Great Britain is the same 1-2 as in the British trials 2 weeks ago in Liverpool. Fitzgerald beating Bailey on that occasion. Bailey, though, is experienced. You have to remember that. She was 8th last year. She's with her coach, Dean Miller, has done a fabulous job to be really consistent. And I think that's what gives athletes confidence, Hannah, isn't it? Coming into races like this is consistency. If you've had 2 or 3 races so far this winter and they've gone well, you come here knowing that you've got your fitness right, your formula right.
Absolutely. Innes Fitzgerald has certainly got this right, and Jess Bailey, the University of Birmingham student, if she did look back over her shoulder, she'd be delighted to see that the third score at the moment for Great Britain is her teammate Eleanor Strevens, also the University of Birmingham, so they're having a good day out there so far. Now, can Julia Erle hold on to that bronze medal position? Sophia Torgersen, the 4:05 1500 metre runner for Denmark. She is coming, she is on the charge. I think Jess Bailey is safe in the silver medal. I think Innes Fitzgerald took a quick look over her shoulder, and she'll be happy to see that gap as well. But I think that perhaps could still be a bit of a battle on for this bronze.
Well, it looked like Torgersen is quite a long way behind Erle at 4,100 metres. The gap between them was still about 13 seconds. So I think Erle's safe, even though you can see the German, their topper picture in yellow, is struggling as now Fitzgerald checks over her shoulder, Hannah, in this long home straight.
Innes Fitzgerald, one of 2 defending champions here today. Axel van Christensen's gone up an age group, but Innes Fitzgerald is going to successfully defend her under-20 European title. I think she is exhausted. I think she's nervous. She knows there's other athletes behind, but hopefully every time she looks behind, she realises that gap is defendable. It is going to be enough to take another gold medal. Again, Great Britain and Northern Ireland on top of the medal podium, and again it's Innes Fitzgerald, arms aloft. What a great effort from Fitzgerald, and she can return to this age group next year. Jess Bailey, a wonderful silver medal, and there is going to be a sprint on the line. Sophia Torgersen of Denmark is neck and neck with Erle of Germany. They cross the line together. We'll have to leave that to the photo finish. Torgersen flew down that finishing straight away, and Erle, she was looking behind. She was trying as hard as she could.
You know what I love about Innes Fitzgerald too is she wears her heart in her sleeve. She looks like she's working for it. You see many champions who look supreme and they glide across the ground and they don't look at it straining, but she shows the effort. Look at that pain etched across her face. She really has worked for that. She's earned it. Lovely to see.
I like the mud and I like the rain, so yeah, today I had to go about it a different way, think about how I was going to use the different parts on the course to my advantage. But yeah, you've got to be prepared for anything. Cross country is a mix of different things, so yeah, really pleased with that today.
So it was a perfectly judged race from Fitzgerald to take the gold medal, 11 seconds ahead of her teammate Jess Bailey. Oh, what is going through the minds of these men? How many times have Will Barnaker and Nick Griggs been fighting it out for European age group medals on the track, on the cross country? Barnaker will be so aware that Nick Griggs is right there. Griggs is a better 1500 metre runner than Barnaker. He's faster over 3k, he's faster over 5k. But Barnaker, time and time again, he turns up to these European Championships and he finds a way to win. Barnaker, he's the man that's kind of gone first. We had Maggie doing a move on the previous lap, but Barnaker's the one that's really putting himself out there to be shot at, to be attacked. This isn't the same tactics we've seen from the British man in the previous 2 championships. He is laying it all out there. Lelesso, he's desperately trying to stay in contact here with the medals. David Stone and Maggie, you feel like they're just behind Griggs and Barnaker here, but what do we reckon, Tim? A kilometre left to go, slightly less, but all the traffic and all the action, all the obstacles is coming now. They navigate the logs just fine. They've got the hurdles, a small hill, some more logs before that finishing straight.
Well, Barnicot's doing the right thing, I think, here. He's had an incredible year already. He's improved this year from 13.45 at 5,000 to 13.19. He's also got great 1,500 metre speed, but Griggs, well, he's the classy athlete of the two on the track, a little bit more classy. 7.36 for 3,000 metres, and he runs with real confidence. Got lovely balance as Griggs there to the left of picture. These three beginning to ease away now. This is going to be a dust-up for the ages. Barnicot looking here, Hannah, for his third consecutive individual gold at the European Cross-Country Championships.
And David Stone looked like he was trying to have a bit of a nibble here, and Barnicot and David Stone, they're teammates, they train together, they live 100 metres apart from each other, they know each other so well, so they'll be testing each other out. And I'd almost like the two British men to wait and let Nick Griggs have a go as well, because they could be running the sting out of each other, and if the Irishman is within sniffing distance at all of the win, all that track speed could come into the fore.
Well, David Stone is giving it all here. He's stretching them. He's decided not to leave it to chance. Up onto the sand for the final time here. Always awkward that you're trying to drive through the sand. If you've ever tried running up a sand dune, you know what it's like. But the two Brits here testing Griggs to the max.
And it is Will Barnicot and David Stone trying to pull away from Nick Griggs. They're going to go over this little hurdle here, and that will be the home straight. We saw Phoebe Anderson with a phenomenal finishing straight from this point where Nick Griggs was. She came through for the gold medal. But Will Barnicot, he's been in close sprints the last couple of years. Nick Griggs faltered in Turin and gave away the gold medal to Will Barnicot in the junior age group. And then Bresk couldn't quite catch Barnicot in Brussels. But here goes Nick Griggs, trying to become the first ever Irishman to win a European cross-country title. Is Will Barnicot going to deny him again? The Brit looks exhausted. Will Barnicot looks over his shoulder. He knows the danger's there. He's still got around about 20 or 30 metres left to go. Can Barnicot do it again? It's Will Barnicot for Great Britain and Northern Ireland with a third consecutive title. He denies Nick Griggs again. And David Stone comes through for a bronze medal. What a run again from Will Barnicot, timing that finish to perfection, and Griggs will have to wait for another year to get that gold medal. And David Stone, a man who has been through so many disappointments, so many illnesses, so many injuries, he gets himself a wonderful bronze medal.
Brilliant running. Griggs tried everything there, dealt with one of the Brits.
Yeah, I mean, it was a stacked field. I mean, he had some big names in that. A lot of guys moving through as well. But yeah, I'm just happy to get the job done at the end of the day. Came out here to get a gold and did just that, so yeah.
Confirmed result for the under-23 men, a third consecutive title for Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and Will Barnicot 1 second ahead of Nick Griggs, the same distance as they had in Turin in the junior age groups a couple of years ago.
Manonen calling the shots at the moment. And Ferrero and Anderson, Hannah, you just get the feeling they're hanging on here. Otherwise, they'd be up alongside her, as if to say psychologically, which is always a good move. Be alongside somebody, you'd say, I'm comfortable. Is this the best you've got? But they're not. They're behind her, and I get the feeling they're hanging on.
And that third lap was 10 seconds faster than the second lap. They've come through in 5:04 there, so they are moving. They are getting quicker and quicker, and Mononen is the one doing that. But Ferrero, I know what you're saying, Tim. Pulling up alongside is definitely a psychological tactic. But Ferrero, for me, she's running into the back of her. She's almost being a pest, being right behind her, right, taking the shortest line. And Mononen, she's like the Spaniards in her blind spot, and that's almost as annoying as having someone alongside you.
Well, Mononen looks very calm facially, and Ferrero, just now there was a little grimace across her features. She's tucked in there behind the fin. Waldman in isolation, they're working really hard, has got to keep going for the team points even if she can't get amongst the medals. I don't know if she'll get back to this trio now. They skip over the little brush obstacle, which is one of the most bizarre I've ever seen, because those brushes are very, very soft. It's almost like fur. They're not stiff. But Mononen and Ferrero now easing away, and Anderson looks like she might have had to ease back. A smart run from Anderson here. She really is under pressure. Would be just to check and consolidate that bronze medal position.
I think it has been a brave run for Phoebe Anderson, and she's leading the British team, running very strongly in that team competition, but she might have to give way to Monanen and Ferrero here at this point. And I admire the Finnish woman here. She's not leaving this to a big last sprint finish. She's been pushing for round about a lap now, so that's a lap and a half before the finish. And Ferrero, she is grimacing on. Look, she's not comfortable at all on that sand, and neither's Monanen, and that's almost let Phoebe Anderson back into the equation. But they've got one set of logs and the home straight to go. Someone's going to kick, and are they going to kick too soon, like you said, Tim, like the road mile mentality? Ferrero, the first to crack, the first to try and kick. Is it too early for the Spaniard, or is she going to win another title? It was a well-timed sprint in Turin, and she's going here to try and go up to an under-23 title.
Well, Monanen has controlled these last couple of laps. Ferrero and Anderson have been in her slipstream, but as they come down the home straight, this is the moment to achieve greatness. Phoebe Anderson of Great Britain to the left of picture, kicking hard down the home straight on this long downward stretch. It's about 500 or 600 metres. Hits the front here, and Ferrero grimacing to the right of picture, battling away, trying to get past Monanen, who looks like she's spent. The stride length has gone from the tall fin as Anderson pushes on towards the line and looks like she may indeed here for Great Britain take gold. Her coach Wayne Vinton has done a fabulous job because she has got 30 metres clear. It's going to be gold for Great Britain in the women's under-23 European Championship race in 2024. Brilliant stuff from Phoebe Anderson. My word. 26th in the NCAA Championship in the USA a few weeks back. Anderson gold here. She's European champion. Ahead of Ferrero of Spain and Monanen of Finland. And Schlackman, the greatest run of her young life, surely there, taking 4th place. Brilliant. But there is Great Britain on 24, unofficially confirmed as team champions. In fact, I think we can say that is official. Turkey taking silver medals, was that?
It was wonderful. They packed so well, the Turkish team, and they were there or thereabouts the whole race, but that's a really well kind of judged race from that team, as it was from Phoebe Anderson. You said it, Tim. You said this home straight is very long. Why are we not getting some strange results? And that's what happened there. I think Monanen and Ferrero got caught up racing each other, and Ferrero kicked very early. Monanen responded, and both of them were just so vulnerable in the last 50 metres.
My goal today was a medal, so I'm so shocked that I came away with first. I just thought, if I don't give it my all after this last barrier, I'll never forgive myself. So I thought, let me give it everything and have no regrets.
Talk us through those last 50 or 100 metres, yeah?
Yeah, I think it was all I could hear was the commentator, and I was thinking, they're right there, they're right there, they're right there. And they're both two incredible, talented athletes. I'm sure you know the Finnish girl's been at the Olympics, Maria's been running incredibly at Euros for years, so I knew they were there, and I'm sure my form went to pieces, my face, but I was like, I don't care, let's just get to the start line first.